Next. Causes of water pollution. The principal sources of water pollution resulting from exploration and production operation, which is domestic waste, sewage system, solid waste, industrial waste, acid rain, oil industry and aquatic plants. Next. There are two sources of water pollution, which is point sources and non-point sources. Point sources is easy to identify because it come from a single place. Pollution that come from a specific site, which is factories, oil tank spill, and sewage treatment plants. While non-point sources is harder to identify because it comes from many places at all once. Pollution that come from many sources rather than from a single specific site. For example, a variety of pollutant enter the water body, such as the runoff from an agri- agricultural area, farming fertilizer, and runoff. Next. So next, I will pass back to the moderator to pass to the next presenter.
Alright, thank you Hazika for the wonderful presentation just now. I hope you guys have the basic knowledge of what is water pollution and the cause of water pollution. And next, I will pass the time to our second speaker, who is Tam Ime. Ime, please.
Okay, thanks for moderator Lina. My name is Tanime, and now let me explain for you guys what is the effect of water pollution. Based on the journal Lancet published in 2015, there are 1.8 million people die get sick from drinking polluted water. Due to the improper farming practices and the disposal of industrial waste, contaminated water contains germs and viruses that cause the sickness. To further illustrate, some of the most prevalent instances of bacterial infections that can result from the contaminated drinking include cholera, dysentery, vibrio sickness, and typhoid fever. Moreover, hepatitis A and hepatitis E and polio are a few of the viral illnesses frequently brought on by the contaminated water. Mercury molecules in wastewater are changed by bacteria into the extremely dangerous methyl mercury, which can cause the numbness in the hand, feet, lips, and tongue, hearing loss, distorted vision, and mental instability. Alright, chemical exposure during pregnancy will also have an impact on the health of the fetus and increases of the incidence of low birth weight. Even the low amount of lead in the childbirth also can cause the behavioral and academic issues, lower IQ and hyperactivity problems. Next. Moreover, water pollution will lead to the extinction of aquatic life and the depletion of biodiversity. The condition known as eutrophication, which deplete a significant amount of the dissolved oxygen that is vital components for this aquatic life form, is made possible by water contaminants. Aquatic ventilation is impacted by the oxygen depletions, which cause the suffocation, disturbance among these aquatic living organisms. Besides, the rise in the dissolved carbon dioxide due to the decrease in dissolved oxygen has an impact on the aquatic vegetation. The process of photosynthesis is also hampered by increasing the sewer water pollution, which has an impact on the growth of aquatic vegetation. Next. Furthermore, water pollution will have an impact on plant growth. A surplus of nutrients can occasionally be found in the water, such as agricultural runoff with high level of nitrogen, phosphorus, which stimulate excessive plant growth. Plants develop their leaf and thin branches too quickly, but their root systems are still undeveloped and unstable to mature and propagate. In other cases, the overabundance of nutrient in the water alters the biochemistry and harms or kills the plant by altering the availability of nutrients and chemical composition of soil. Either the soil pH becomes too alkaline or acidic. Alright, the availability of nutrient of plant is decreased by both of these changes in soil chemistry. Next. Besides that, the food chain or connection between the organism in an ecosystem that provide food for each other is influenced by the water pollution also. The gradual accumulation of a chemical in an animal live tissue is known as the bioaccumulations. If an animal eats contaminated food or absorbs a hazardous chemical through its skin, it may have the substance in its body. So, the animal retains the pollutant in its fatty tissue rather than excreting it in its waste. When the water has a high nutrient as a result of natural or pollution-related occurrence, organic contaminants like hexachlorobenzene or naturally occurring poison generated by dinoflagellate algae blooms are considered to be bioaccumulate substance. Animals in the top levels of the food chain often consume and store more contaminant when biomagnification have an impact on the food web. These contaminants include heavy metals like mercury, persistent organic pollutant like dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane or DDT. That's the thing I want to share to you all. Thank you. And now I pass to moderator again.
All right, thank you, Ime, for the great explanation just now. And now we already know that the effects of water pollution have really affected our daily life, including our health, environments, and also our flora and fauna. And next, we will proceed to our next sections, which is the sharing sections from our two special guests, which is Mr. Chong Chung Lien and also Mr. Muhammad Azamuddin bin Lahuri. Mr. Chong and Mr. Azam, are you there?
Yes.
Mr. Chong already here. Mr. Azam, how about you? I guess he's still not here. All right. Please let me contact him for a while. Okay, if you guys don't know, Mr. Chong is stay at Batu Pahat and Mr. Azam is stay at Paraja. So I have invited them to our talk so that they can share their honest opinions or their view about water pollutions around UTHM. Okay, Mr. Azam already here. All right. Hi, Mr. Azam. How are you?
Okay, hi.
Hi.
Fine, thank
Mr.
you.
Chong, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Okay. Have you guys have your dinner?
Yes, already.
Okay.
Yes. I already eat.
Okay. Me too. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chong and Mr. Azam, because for your willingness to join our talk today. And I will start our sharing sessions by asking you to some question about water pollutions. Okay. So the first question is that do you guys satisfy with the water quality around your residential area? And is there any water pollutions occurring in your area? Maybe you can start from Mr. Chong Chun first.
Okay. And to be honest, I'm not so satisfied, but still pass over with the water quality around my residential areas. There is water pollution occurring in my area, but the problem haven't become a serious problem. The water seems like my polluted a bit. Seems the water of color a bit reddish brown in some of the area of the river.
Wow, reddish brown. I think that is not polluted a bit. I think that's a lot because reddish brown means that rivers or drains already polluted for a long time. Okay. How about Mr. Azam?
Okay, so far, as long what I has experienced is I'm not very satisfied, but I think I satisfied with
What?
so far the water pollution condition at Pet Raja for me is not very harm or not very much worse, but I think it's okay lah. Okay.
It's okay. Oh, all right. I think Mr. Azam is quite satisfied with the pollution's conditions. But as I know that Paraja is actually a plantations area, right? Is there any agricultures that maybe using pesticide or fertilizer that cause soil pollution and indirectly causing water pollution?
Oh, because in this nearby Pet Raja Batu Pahat, there is much, but not as much, but is many and majority of this place is a place of palm oil palm oil plantation. So there's not much pollution, but if it happen, I think the using of the pesticide and fertilizer in the agriculture industry in the palm oil plantation could harm the water pollution.
All right. Hopefully they will not happen. Okay, next questions. Mr. Chong and Mr. Azam, do you guys ever think of why is it water pollution is happening in your area and what are the major cause of pollutions? Maybe you can start from Mr. Azam first.
For me, water pollution is harm because water is important to us and mostly in our daily life use. By then by re- by then by then by reducing water pollution, we could ensure that the continuing abundance of water that is safe can be used to ourselves and to our next generation.
Yeah, that's true. We preserve water. There's just like our logo of our poster, right? Save water, preserve life, so that we can save the water for our next generations. All right, thank you, Mr. Azam. How about Mr. Chong? Do you have any other opinions?
Yes, in my opinion, I think that the water pollution's happening in my area maybe due to some of the residents they are not being responsible and they throw the rubbish into the drain or the river. So the major cause of pollutions I think is the dumping of industry waste into the river and also the marine dumping.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chong, for your sharing. So I think the major cause is caused by human, right? Mr. Chong, I
Yes.
wonder, do you ever see your neighbor throw the rubbish into the drains, or maybe yourself ever do it?
Um, to be honest, myself, I swear I didn't do that thing, but and speaking you behind other people is not good. But I think that they are doing the wrong thing. So I think to be honest, I seen before they throw the rubbish into the drain.
Yeah.
My neighbor.
All right. Okay, it's nothing wrong. I think it's quite common because I saw a lot of my neighbor or friends they throw the rubbish into the drain because they don't see any rubbish bin. Yeah, that's their main reason lah. Okay, maybe you can proceed to next questions. Right, in your opinion, why is it important to preserve water? Mr. Chong?
In my opinions, I think that preserve water is important because by preserving the waters can prevent the problems such as water shortage occur, and this will make sure the water supply is always enough to sustain our daily use. Besides, by using less water will keep our ecosystem more stable and help to maintain the habitat for the aquatic animals such as the fish or prawn. That's all.
Okay, this is a very great sharing from Mr. Chong. How about Mr. Azam?
For me, preserving the water is important because um, because because water is important to our life, in our daily life. So then when reducing the water pollution could also save the energy because to to have a clean water supply, they much need consume much energy. So why need to membazir air?
Okay. Um, yeah, I think the awareness level among society actually is quite low because in the in the in the society nowadays, they you know that our government got subsidized our water, right? So our water rate is actually quite cheaper than our other country. So that's why I think there is low awareness among society toward the saving of water. Okay. All right. Next, let's proceed to the last questions of today. Um, okay. In your guys' opinions, what can an individuals or society do to reduce water pollutions?
In my opinions, actually there are many simple ways that we can do or the society can do to reduce the water pollutions. First of all, maybe we can report the water polluters which dump the chemical waste into the river illegally. You can call the regarding authorities to report that who's that dump and do these activities. Besides, we can also plant more tree because tree can help to reduce the eruptions that washes pollutions into the water and reduce the eruptions. And last but not least, I think that we can volunteer ourselves to take part in the activities such as maybe we can go to the beach to clean out the rubbish nearby the beach and also clean the rubbish that floated on the river. And that's all for my opinion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chong. So about the program, I wonder, is there any program or campaign organized at your residential area, which is Batu Pahat, and what have they done?
I think that before that, they might organize the program such as Gotong Royongs and to go to the beach and clean out the beach. And besides, the campaign will provide the motivation talk, and this might help the society to raise their awareness of the negative effects of the water pollutions, and this can prevent them to do such thing like my neighbor do that and throw the rubbish into the drain. That's all.
Okay, so I think in Batu Pahat, there's still quite a lot of effort to solve the water pollution problem, right? Am I right, Mr. Chong?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. How about Mr. Azam? Is there any program organized at your area, which is Pariaja, sorry?
So far near at Parit Raja, so far at Parit Raja, near at my residential area,
Mm-hmm.
there is not much more. There's no much, but there is no. There
There's
is no
no.
program. Ah, there's no program or campaign that organized to get our society awareness toward the water pollution. So I think we need to make a campaign or program to get awareness of our society maybe.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe that program can organized by Mr. Azam in the futures.
Okay, looking forward ah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. But I believe that actually there are programs in Pariaja, but maybe we don't have that initiative to know, or we don't know have such program organized. But it's okay. At least we have played our own role to save our planet. Okay. I think That's all for our sections. Thank you so much to Mr. Chong and Mr. Azam for your quality time tonight. And I hope that all the participants have gained a lot from these sharing sessions. Thank you, Mr. Azam, Mr. Chong. See you guys after this. Thank you. Bye
Okay,
bye.
welcome.
You're welcome.
Bye.
All right, thank you. All right. So we have come to the end of our sharing sessions, but it's not the end of our program. Next, we will still have our next speaker to explain to us what's the role of civil engineers to solve the water pollutions. And by that, I will invite our beloved speaker, Muhammad Akil, to explain to us. All right, Akil, the time is yours. Thank you.
Actually, is Husna, not me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry for my mistake. Okay. Let me invite Husna to explain to us the role of civil engineer.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Husna and I'm going to present about the role of engineer to solve water pollution. Next. See the next. Next. Akil.
I think there's a bit mistake at the slide that we forgot to change. So let me continue to present lah. My name is Muhammad Akil Zikri, and today I would like to present about the about my point in this slide. So first, we are using septic tank, separating the solids from the liquid in sewage. Using septic tanks is a great way to treat it effectively. Septic tanks use biological process to break down solids and let liquid drain into drainage system. Septic tank use less water pollution by filtering out contamination already in the water. As you can see, as you can see just now, that is one of the example of using the septic tank. So next, some water management. When possible, managing stormwater is an efficient way to preserve the environment and lessen water pollution. Hazardous pollutants are gathered by stormwater as it travels along sidewalks, streets, and lawns, and are then discharged into storm drains, streams, and rivers. Many different techniques can be used to treat and manage stormwater, from sand filtration and electrocoagulation to reverse osmosis and advanced oxidation. Because some water eventually finds its way to rivers, streams, and oceans and can exacerbate the pollution already present in the bodies of water, it is crucial to manage stormwater and the pollution contained within it. So I would like to pass to the other present to the next person.
Okay everyone. Hi, I'm Husna and I'm going to continue about the roles of civil engineer in water pollution. So wastewater treatment. So wastewater is polluted water that is produced by rainwater runoff and human activities. It is also known as sewage. It is typically classified according to how it is generated, such as domestic wastewater, advanced manufacturing sewage, or storm sewage. Engineering technologies have now advanced to the point where wastewater can be converted into clean water suitable for discharge back to the environment. Process of converting wastewater into clean water is divided into two main levels, which are primary treatment and secondary treatment. Next. So this is the process of wastewater treatment. So the first one is the inflow and proceed to the preliminary and primary, secondary treatment. The last one is water recycling and disposal. Next. Next one is the video of the process of wastewater treatment.
Cities and towns have sewerage systems in place to carry the wastewater from our homes, hotels, factories, and other establishments to a sewerage treatment plant where the wastewater is treated. It is then deemed safe to release into other water sources. The treatment of wastewater goes through different stages. Wastewater is treated to remove the physical, chemical, and biological contaminants present in it through various processes. The pre-treatment process involves the sewage being sent through grids or vertical bars that can remove large solid substances like metal cans, paper, and plastic materials. In primary treatment process, the sewage flows through the grit chamber very slowly, so that the sand, pebbles, and soil settle down at the bottom. The sewage flows into the settling tank or sedimentation tank, where the solid wastes like feces are allowed to settle down. Wastes such as soaps, oils, and grease rise to the top of the wastewater. The waste material that settles down at the bottom is called the sludge, and the floatable material is called the scum. Scum is then removed using a skimmer, and sludge is removed with a scraper every few days. The water that is left out is called the clarified water. In the secondary treatment process, biological or organic wastes are removed. It is a biological process. This is done by transferring the clarified water into an aeration tank, where air blowers bubble air, which helps the aerobic bacteria to grow and feed on the organic contaminants such as food waste, feces, and other organisms. The mixture then flows from the aeration tank into the clarifier, where activated sludge settles out by gravity. The activated sludge so produced, along with the sludge produced in the primary process, is transferred to the digester, where it is decomposed by anaerobic bacteria. Biogas is produced in this process, which can be used as fuel or can be used to produce electricity. The activated sludge is then left in the sand drying beds. Some quantity of water in the activated sludge evaporates, and the remaining quantity drains through the sand beds. This leaves behind the remaining dried sludge, which can be used for making fertilizers or compost.
Okay, so the next one is about the conclusion. So as an engineer, we should preserve our water resources so that in the future of our generation can get benefits of the clean water. Next one. So this is the other way for us to prevent water pollution by doing the plastic waste reduction. So for the first one, we can bring along our reusable shopping bag. Plastic waste can be reused as construction materials. And last but not least is reducing the use of single-use plastic in daily life. So that's all from me. I'll pass to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you to all the speakers and the guests. What a great explanations from them. Thank you again. And I know that this talk really will give us more knowledge about water pollutions, and we can know our roles, how to reduce the water pollutions, what can we do in our daily lives, such as reduce the plastic uses. We should not throw the rubbish in the drain, and also we should take care of our Mother Earth so that we can save the water and preserve for our next generations. And next, we'll move on to the Q&A sections. If you guys have any questions to ask regarding the sharing instructions or the talk today, please feel free to turn on your microphone or write down your questions in the chat box below. Yeah. So while waiting for participants to write down your questions, please scan the QR code below. This is our feedback form. If you have any unhappy things to tell us, you can write in the form. Yeah.
Maksudnya contoh lah blacklist dengan IQ maksudnya lagi ke bumi lah. Sodak dengan blacklist apa babi? Pilih Pluto.
Ini blacklist, ini ada Q.
Todak
sini.
Hi, I have a question.
Alright.
Jauh sial gap.
Bulan dengan bumi.
Yes, please ask. Nabila.
Sebagai pelajar, apa role kita untuk mengurangkan water pollution ya?
Babi first time bodoh tak dapat tool tak Babi sial.
Hello.
Memang lahir makan game.
Okay. Thank you for the questions, Nabila, and I think Husna will have the answer for that.
Okay, boleh.
Husna, please.
Terima kasih Nabila di atas soalan yang diajukan. So sebagai pelajar, kita boleh membasmi water pollution ni macam kalau contohnya jangan buang sampah merata-rata, and then kita boleh recycle macam kita kan selalu beli air mineral water dan kita boleh recycle dia punya mineral water bottle tu, and then next one is kita boleh kalau pergi cafe ke apa, aside from kita guna plastik, kita akan bawa kita punya bekal makanan sendiri macam tu kalau as a student. So adakah saya menjawab soalan Nabila?
Okay.
Ya, terima kasih Saudara Husna.
What is major cause of water pollution?
Alright, sama-sama.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Berapa? Below 18?
So I also questions in the chat box that asking the link for the QR for the feedback form registration. Kim, Husna, can you share the link in the group or in the chat
Aku
box?
pandai, aku
ya,
skip SPM. Terus masuk.
Okay.
Aku skip matric, terus masuk degree.
Is there anyone else have questions?
Haikal, tanya.
Haikal, tanya! Babi Haikal tak ayah sial. You tengok wajah macam.
Tak ada, babi Haikal dia bilang dia. Kita nak tanya. Senyap je semua. Saya bawa 18 Okay. Tekan dia.
Asal tak boleh bodoh? Asal tak boleh sial.
Tanya Aziz, soalan. Kita apa?
Just a gentle reminder, please scan the QR code below to fill in the feedback form. Yeah.
Do you know about yes? Do you pay attention what yes? Kita bersebelah ni main.
Okay, kenapa tak boleh ni? Ya. Sini jap.
Ada dia selling.
Please don't select more than one responder per column. Kenapa?
Please don't select more than one response.
Tak, aku dah tu semua contoh.
Okay. Looks like we don't have any questions. Maybe our presenter, our speaker have made it clear. Alright. Seems like we have come to the end without we notice. With the end of questions and answer sections is indicate the end of program. Thank you to participants for the questions and thank you to our speaker. And also not forget our Mr. Tong and also Mr. Azam. Alright. Husna will share the feedback form link in WhatsApp group, yeah, guys. If you guys cannot scan the Google form,
pakai letak aku kenapa?
Please click the link in the WhatsApp group. Alright. Once again, thank you to everyone. As everything that begins has to end, I would like to thank you to all, to our participants, speaker who have stayed with us until this very late, hoping that we have gained as much input as possible about water pollution. And I hope to see you guys again. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank Thank you for coming to this talk. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys can leave the
Thank you,
meet now
everyone.
if you guys want.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Akil.
Tengok dah pergi ke Vespa kan.
Kita tengok ayo dulu.
Bodoh.
Do you cakap pada water pollution isu ke memang ni agree kan? Agree.
Agree. Ha.
Do you agree that water pollution is pressing concern to people to care for? Yes. So, which are the prevalent thing about main effect for? Zik, kau sebab apa ni?
Mana? Sabar. Aku nak sabar. Aku dah jawab tadi tak boleh tu.
Aku auto save.
Sabar. Bukan, sabar. Sekejap. Tadi aku jawab semua. Dia kata tak boleh isi lebih pada satu row ke apa. Aku lupa. Okay. Oh, dapat. Aku rasa semua salon je agree dapat. Betul.
Agree ke disagree?
Dia macam ni lah. Dia boleh contoh ni dah ada satu kan. Ni. Lepas tu mana? Ni. Lepas tu ni. Memang macam tu. Satu ni tu. Sorry disagree. Boleh ada satu je. Disagree satu. Neutral satu. Agree satu. Strongly agree pun satu.
Betul ke apa?
Ni agree. Lepas tu apa ni? Ni neutral. Kata baru mula. Tidak macam aku. Ni baru ni isi.
Wastewater treatment ada benda tu which are astaghfirullahaladzim.
Baru sekali.
Baru sekali? Sekali yang kau ni?
Kepala tahu. Tak, aku aja. Yes, I do technology. How many first to the yes. This wastewater treatment benefit. Wastewater treatment benefit.
Betul lah.
Yes. This plastic was reduced in one of pollution, safe pollution.
That's
Yes.
wastewater treatment used to. This water is plastic. These are the way to implement plastic way to.
Pada sekarang report tadi kan. Saya dekat Google Doc.